Hello everyone, I'm Josh Beasley, and today I'll be giving my review for the rough cut of the short film Singing in the Mirror. Singing in the Mirror follows a brother and sister as the brother is trying to get ready to go out somewhere, and the sister is hogging the bathroom and singing in the mirror. I think this concept is great, especially for a comedy. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity for some great banter between a brother and a sister, and anyone who grew up with siblings and had to share a bathroom can really relate to this. I grew up with two brothers, so I understand the hardships of having to share a bathroom with siblings. The pacing for this film is good, and the transitions are very smooth. We start with the sister in the bathroom, we cut to the brother in the hallway, and we cut back to the sister in the bathroom. I do wish there were a few more cuts and transitions, maybe to the brother, back to the sister, and we could really play on that banter a little bit more. Another note is the dialogue. I wasn't able to hear the brother that well. The sister came through great, and I commend her performance. I thought she really committed to the role. But the brother, I couldn't hear him that well, and part of that is due to the background music. So during the final editing, I would cut the music down just a little bit, and if I still couldn't hear the brother, I would raise his audio. And my advice for that is cut the clip with his audio away from the rest. That way you can adjust just those levels and then incorporate that back into the final editing, and maybe you can hear him and follow along with the story just a little bit better. So partially due to the audio, it was hard for me to follow along with the dialogue and really know where the story was going. I watched the behind the scenes video, and that's where I picked up it was a brother and sister and kind of the overall plot. But I'm hoping with the audio being fixed that the story will become a little more clear for the audience. The shots in the bathroom with the sister are very well framed. I think everything was captured appropriately for the scenes. The brother in the hallway, however, when he first comes in, part of his top of his head is out of the shot, and then there's some harsh camera movements to try to get him back into frame. So I would just be mindful of that. Maybe test the shot a couple of times. Make sure everything's in frame so we can avoid some of that harsh movement, and just keep everything in the frame for the shot. When it comes to the lighting, it's pretty consistent throughout. It's a little dark, a little shadowy, but I think that's part of the vibe for the film. The only little note I have is when the sister turns on the light in the bathroom towards the end, it's a pretty bright flash, and it kind of takes the camera out of focus, and it's a little distracting for the audience. So next time, maybe play with the lights in between takes. Give yourself some options, see what you like. Because once when the light is on, the camera comes back into focus. I think everything is well lit. The camera picks up everything nicely, and it's a nice shot. Another note is maybe have a stronger ending. I don't know if there's more footage to come or if there's more being edited, but in the rough cut, it just kind of abruptly comes to an end. So I would have maybe a little bit of dialogue to really tie in the whole story and give a better send-off for the audience. Another thing I noticed is the video is 3 minutes and 9 seconds, but the actual video footage cuts out at 1 minute and 20. And I think what happened is the background music clip is 3 minutes and 9 seconds. So when you put that in, it made the Premiere Pro think that the video is 3 minutes and 9 seconds. So we had a lot of just black screen. So during the editing, I would make sure I cut the music down to the appropriate length for my video footage, and maybe a couple extra seconds longer if you want to incorporate credits. But that's something I would keep in mind. So overall, I love the idea. I think the concept for the film is great. I think with a little adjustment to the audio, with the dialogue and the background music, and maybe a more definitive ending and a strong ending, this is going to turn out to be a really solid film. And I think you should be proud of all the hard work you've put in. I hope my review has inspired you and maybe giving you a few ideas for your final cut, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all comes together. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you all go watch Singing in the Mirror.